For everyone's sake, I really hope this teacher is not still teaching, because honest to God, when this happened, everyone was in disbelief. What's going on, guys? ChainFeeds here, and as you guys see, this is a pretty nice nuclear gameplay. And I wanted to give you guys a nuclear gameplay because I saw somebody in the comments section saying, I swear to God, ChainFeeds, if you don't give me a nuclear, I will set your house on fire, steal your girlfriend, paint you white, and poop on you. And I was just like, wow, dude, that was pretty messed up. Let me get a nuclear so he doesn't do all that. But anyway, no, jokes aside, I wanted to give you guys a nuclear gameplay because this is what you come to my channel for. But I also wanted to tell you guys an interesting story that happened to me a long time ago. I sound so old by saying that. It's like middle school was only a few years ago. Middle school was how long ago? I would say middle school was 6 years ago? I guess 6 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago. But anyway, so this was my first year of middle school, and at this point in time, 6th grade, I was already a giant tech nerd. Like, I knew everything that had to do with a computer. Like, I was so proud of myself. I prided myself in knowing the computer. And there was this slightly overweight teacher, and she was never in the best mood. I think that she was going through a divorce, or maybe no man just wanted her because she was always grumpy and angry and always talking about how men were just the scum of the earth. But jokes aside, today, well, not today, but on that day, she was a little more unhappy than usual, and she shot us with a pop quiz. You know, we had to do the pop quiz. I was going through all the things in my head of how terrible this is, how I was not prepared, even though I was slightly prepared because it was just, I'm pretty sure she was like the history teacher or something like that. And I was pretty decent at history at the time. So I'm pretty sure I did pass it, and everyone was just unhappy. It was just a very unhappy day. People were like, I didn't feel like doing this. What's wrong with her? She didn't want to hear anybody. There was absolutely no BS that day. She was like, I'm not tolerating anything. I swear if anyone talks, I'm gonna write you up. You're gonna get sent to the principal's office. And it was just a crappy day. Like, she was throwing detentions left and right. So a few moments later, after the pop quiz, she's typing away at her computer, and she goes through this whole process where her computer freezes. She's stressed out, and she's like, oh my God, I'm so done. I don't know what's wrong with the stupid computer. And I volunteer to help. Now, I'm thinking, you know, this is me being nice. I'm going to volunteer to help her out and fix the computer, make sure there's no problems, get through the day easier. She says, oh, don't worry, I don't need a kid's help. Well, to belittle me a little more, she says, I don't need a child's help, you know, and emphasize the word child. Like, okay, I get it. I'm younger than you. And at that time, I felt kind of older. You know, I was a young adult, so the word child was like a little slap in the face to me. But aside from that, I sucked it up. I was whatever about it, and I still pushed to help out a little bit. I'm like, well, if you do this, then you know it'll get it to work. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't anything that big of a deal. I'm pretty sure all that happened was she got the error where if you just turn off your computer or laptop, the message will come up where it's like, well, this is what happens because you turned off your laptop or you didn't save unexpectedly. So, you know, you can just start the Windows normally and etc. So I was like, just hit start Windows normally. And she was going to go into safe mode and beyond that. And I was like, you don't have to do all that. There's nothing wrong with it. And she was like, no, I know more than you. And there's a virus in the computer now, so I have to call tech support. And I'm like, there's no virus in the computer. All you have to do is push start Windows normally. And she was like, well, since you're such a professional, why don't you do it? And so I was like, okay. And everyone's all silent watching us. The image is actually literally displayed on the wall. So like, you know, the projector is projected on the wall so you can actually watch what's going on. And so I'm like, okay. I push the button. It says Windows is now starting. And, you know, everyone's like giggling and laughing. And she's like, well, get back to your seat. And I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. I'll mind my own business. Now we're at the point where we're looking something up on Google. And I'm thinking, this is very, very basic. We do not have to do anything complicated. It's Google. All you have to do is type in what you need. And I'm pretty sure we were looking up something regarding the topic of history. And she decided to be extra. And on the address bar, well, you probably don't know, but on the address bar, when you're trying to actually look something up, you do add the plus. So if you were looking like how to do this, you would put how plus to do plus this. But we're actually on Google search, so that wasn't necessary. What she decided to do was go on Google search and, my example, put how plus to plus do plus this. And I'm like, ma'am, you don't have to do that, right? And she was like, look, this is how you're supposed to do it properly. This is how you do it. And if you have a problem, then I don't know what to tell you because I'm trained. I'm the one that makes the big bucks. And first of all, I already knew for a fact at that age she wasn't making that much money. Like, she was probably making slightly above minimum wage, like, if anything, but I already knew for a fact she wasn't making that much money. So I decided not to pull the notorious and mention how, some teachers make less than a garbage truck man, et cetera, because I didn't feel like being an asshole. But somebody in the classroom actually brought that up, and everyone was like, ooh. For some reason, she was frustrated at me, and I wasn't even the one that made the comment. It was actually my friend. My friend's name, we're not going to go by his actual name, so we'll call him Drake. Yeah, we're going to call him Drake the rapper. So Drake, he was the one so some garbage truck men make more than teachers. And they're like, oh, she said you had no nipples. And I'm just like, oh no, here we go. The teacher's pissed. At this point, she doesn't want to hear anything else. She's like, okay, class, be quiet. And everyone's quiet. Everyone just stops, goes back to what they were doing. And I simply bring up one more time, well, like I said, you don't have to do all that. And she has the audacity. This is what annoyed me. And this is what annoyed so many of the students, because I don't know where this came from. She says, well, I don't know how your kind was taught, but we do it this way. And everyone goes silent for a moment before my friend Drake, the rapper, goes off. He is pissed because we're both African American and we took it that way. And I'm almost 99.99999999999% sure she meant it that way. And if I'm wrong, then you guys tell me in the comment section how she was supposed to mean it. But I'm pretty sure she was taking shots at African Americans. I usually do not get offended by things like this. I don't. But the fact that my teacher, somebody is supposed to be educating me, this is their future. Teachers are meant to teach students because we are the future. So the fact that she made a belittling comment like that was terrible. But let me know what you guys think of this story, because when I heard that, I was actually shocked, and I told everybody. And I'm pretty sure I even told a principal. I was like, yeah, you guys are going to call me snitch, but I was like, that was messed up. And everyone thought that was messed up. Multiple people actually told principals. I'm pretty sure she ended up getting fired. So I guess moral of the story, don't be a racist, that teacher? Question mark? I don't know. But I hope you guys enjoy. Interesting story, and I hope you guys did enjoy the gameplay. I'm pretty sure I dropped 100 kills on top of this nuclear, so if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. This is doing ChainFeeds, and peace out. #ChainFamily.